Vegan before sausage. I mean, just look at that.
There are lots of piggies at the farm. There are small, big ones. There are piggies eating mixed food like carrots, beans, and then there's some dirty water mixed with it. But they really love it. Like the pig. And the pig was drinking. Yeah, and most of them. Yeah. Then the piggy was moving that baby pig away, and the dog was... Hi guys, thank you so much for popping into our channel. Today I have my friend Fafi here. And by the way guys, what do you think of my t-shirt? It says, in the beginning, there was nothing! Not even a sausage. That alone proves that you don't need meat to survive.
So guys, I just want to say I've got plenty, I mean like plenty types of fats that I make, because I just make a lot of different vegan sausages. Name it, from your chorizo, just look at that chorizo, man. Spanish, Mexican, and that's actually the reason you should grab my ebook, and the link is in the description. And many people, including myself, we never knew where our food came from as children. Well, I'm a chef myself, so I'm well exposed, but we need to tell children where their food comes from.
Before we even went to the farm, my friend Fafi only knew Peppa Pig. But now she knows Peppa Pig and the real pig. And I think pigs are very cute and don't deserve to be eaten, right Fafi? Yes.
So here is actually a version of my most popular vegan pizza, which I call the soul melt. But I wanted to make it, African, to Africanize it. So I used okra. You won't believe it, but it was stretchy. And guys, if you would like to learn how to make this vegan cheese, please join us on our Patreon account. The journey has begun.
The recipe that we are making today should prove that no cow had to die for those memories.
Okay, so here guys is my version of vegan beef, which I used washed flour method. Anyway, do not panic. As I always promise, the recipe will be on the description. Just here, I just want to show you how possessed I am. Possessed. So this is the different types of fat that I use. I mean, I love using coconut oil. There is always almond somewhere. But for those that are allergic, I always have alternatives. Nutritionalist is always there for the flavor. And then sometimes I don't use salt. I use soya sauce, but of course agar-agar. If you are there in our soulmate tribe in Patreon, in our Patreon platform, you know that I love agar-agar. Cheese maker. You are yet to learn, guys. Even if I don't talk about cheese maker on this particular recipe, on this video, but rest assured we're gonna be making some cheese. You won't believe it. Okay, so some cocoa butter. I've got plenty types of vegan fat, guys. I use them for many different reasons. For example, here, let me just show you this one. That's another type, but this one now, the problem is a bit tough, right? You see, as you can see, I'm sure you can see, it's a bit tough, so it won't work because I want that sizzling. I want this thing to make, I mean, look, here it's dry, so you need, even the color, look at the color, even the color is more white, and then it's a bit soft. The moment it feels heat, it melts. It doesn't completely melt, but it melts to a certain, you see, it looks like this, and that's exactly what you are looking for. Yeah, so absolutely, that's what we are looking for. So I've got different types of fat for different types of vegan meat alternatives. I've tried, there's nothing that I haven't tried. Tapioca starch, I mean, you name it. And guys, before I even share, I try to make sure that I'm exhausted. you know so this one will work for the vegan bacon, but it won't work for this particular recipe that we are making today. And I'll just, once I do every single fat that I've ever done, I make sure I try it here, see if it melts, see how can I use it, where can I use it, what will make sense. Anyway, let us continue with our recipe for the day. So as I said, this is my vegan beef version, which I used seitan. And as I said, do not panic, you'll get the recipe. So when I'm cleaning this baby here, I put some ice, press it in just to make sure it's properly cleaned or everything is out. This is how I push it. I use ice. I hope that it works for you. And if you would like to use something similar, I will leave an affiliate link in the description. If you happen to buy, I get a small percentage, and it helps this channel to do better every single time. Anyway, let me show you how I made the fat for this particular recipe. And you will see here I use water, but in some instances I use my vegan stock. Right, it depends. What am I making? What do I want to achieve? Right, in this case, of course, we are making vegan Boerewors, so I would like a bit of smokiness, and that's why I am adding smoke there. And of course, that is a washed flour seitan, and then I bleed, and then this is where I add the methocellulose. Yeah, just that much, and please again for a bit, and voila, now it's ready. Okay, so from there all I do, look at it, now it's properly ready now. So from there all I do, pop it in the actually I wrap it with a cling wrap, and then greaseproof paper, pop it in the oven. And again, please do not worry, the recipe will be in the description. Can you see? It cuts like butter, super soft. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Can you see now the difference? This one is super soft, and the color, this is exactly what I'm looking for. Because even when it's cooked, I like to see those white colors, That's what I would like to see. Can you see? It looks proper now. And I always use, depending on what I'm making, because out of this you can make beef patty, you can make lasagna, you can make meatballs. The list is really, really endless. Okay, so this is our vegan casing. It looks really funny. Okay, so before the casing, right, you need these spices. You need them. If you're gonna make South African vegan Boerewors, this is what you need. You need your coriander. The smell of this thing as I crush it, the smell alone. I'm sure you were wondering earlier on, why was this mixture suddenly red? Right, is because I used smoked paprika. And you have to use enough. You don't want your meat to look. We also eat with our eyes, right? And beside that, smokiness makes a huge difference. And guys, I'll repeat. Remember, on this recipe, we started right away from washed flour that has already been cooked. So all those things, you mustn't panic. I'm gonna share the recipe, and if you are a beginner, you can always I'll leave a link in the description for if you are a beginner and you've never done this before and you are interested. And I really, really apologize, because sometimes I just get carried away and assume that everyone already know how to do washed flour method, and I apologize. I really apologize. I just get carried away, so sorry about that. And guys, I do know that some of you maybe are still watching a couple of videos before subscribing, want to see if maybe you can give us a chance. But if you do find all these recipes, the videos interesting, we would really appreciate it if you hit that subscription button, and of course smash the notification button so you don't get to miss out every time when we post, because one thing for sure, we are posting bombs every time and we are just getting started. Look at that. Just look at that. So as you can see, this is exactly the type of fat that I wanted. You see, it kind of comes together, and that's okay. That's okay. That's absolutely okay, because that's what we want. We want that juiciness. I mean, come on. I mean, come on. And as I always say, though I use things like, carrageenan, methocellulose, I only use a certain percentage. And time and time again, it's not really a big percentage. For example, here, I would say it's 10% fat and 90% is your washed flour method. Okay, so now here comes the piping. I really feel that I have grown over time, because in the past I wouldn't have felt comfortable sharing where I fell short, where I made mistakes. I would just post a video, without making sure that I don't show the mistakes. But just look at that. Just look at that. So not realizing that the power is actually in those mistakes, because there is a lot of people who are going to try this recipe. And if I show where I went wrong, people are able to learn. And this is exactly where I went wrong. So I filled this vegan casing too much, and it's not actually supposed to be like this. I'll be showing you in a bit. But I mean, just look at it. It's alive. It's alive. It's really alive. So it was just too full. I mean, but really, just look at how beautiful this thing is. It looks fantastic. Okay, so anyway, as I said, this is where I made a mistake. It's going to blast, and my heat was a bit too much as well, so that looked nasty. So what you need to do, you need to flatten it. Flat, exactly what I'm doing. You pipe it and then flatten. And by the way, I just want to mention that I do this and I can keep it even up to a year in the freezer. Up to a year, literally up to a year. I mean, you can do it probably for 6 months if you're not comfortable, but I'm just sharing how long I can keep this. Okay, so let us quickly cook this one, and please remember this particular one has been in the freezer for some time. Just want to show you that even if it's in the freezer or coming from the freezer, it can be cooked and it will definitely look and taste fresh. Now you need to know that once it's cooked, it will show you a better texture and flavor when you eat it the following day. This is one of my favorite sausages, chorizo. Can you look at that? Okay, now I don't know, I'm just showing off. That's my vegan duck. And can you look at that sausage, man? Look at that boerewors. Here, just showing you my, I don't know if we can call it, it's actually vegan roast. Only God knows what I am pouring there, but you don't want to